I believe we were live.
Oh my goodness, yeah. What? Holy
What?
mother of everything. When's the last time we went live on YouTube?
Happy New Year. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute or two. By the way, I am Steve Christian of Local Haunts. This is Pamela Theresa, medium in the raw.
Hello, hello. We're going to do a sound check here real quick.
Maybe. Let me just do
Make
a little
sure we...
do a little preliminary sound. Okay.
Excellent.
Cool. We have sound.
We do have sound. That would have been unfortunate.
Yeah,
we not had sound.
Don't you hate when you go live for 3 hours and you find out you didn't have sound? Don't you hate when that happens?
Oh my goodness. Feel free to drop some messages in the chat. That's what this live show is all about, is really connecting with y'all and touching base.
Yeah.
Because it's been a minute.
It has been a hot minute. So if we're a little rusty, if you hear some squeaks and rattles, it's because we're rusty. Oil can.
Hello, Sheila. How are you?
Sheila's
so good
in
to
the
see
house.
you. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. So yeah. What's been up in your neck of the woods?
Probably shaking the camera with that.
I better
arms
keep
off
my
the
arms
desk.
off the desk. We learned that the hard way.
When the earthquake's going on here.
That's why we need you in the house.
Exactly. Get that mind.
You know what you're doing when it comes to producing. So what have you been up to?
I have been busy building our channel. Our channel was kind of like in a dark space for a long period. Now it's back.
We just took a time out, right?
We took a time out.
Everybody needs a time out for a moment.
So now I'm producing a lot of content, a lot of shorts, uploading pretty much every day, several times a day in some cases, and just getting the word out there, letting people know what my baby does.
It's been a lot of fun. Though I love your intros to the videos.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. I'll hear him cracking up in here, y'all. I mean, these reads can be really interesting, can't they?
Yes. It's amazing. I've seen thousands of reads that you've done for people.
Look at yourself and position yourself.
Oh, don't micromanage my posture.
You look like you're falling off.
Well, it's the angle of the camera.
Okay, well.
I don't care. I'm not here for that. I'm here for you.
Okay, maybe you need to angle this way a little bit. Oh, there you
go. I'm here for you people, not for my posture.
Well, I'm looking in the camera and it looks like you're falling over, and I look over there and I'm like, okay, what is happening here?
Maybe I am falling over. You don't know.
So it's funny you're doing that, and I'm going like this. See, that's what these lives are all about, y'all. When we go live Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that's going to be our schedule right here on our YouTube channel. You can go to mediumtheraw.com, and that way join our spiritual community and keep up to date with everything. You're not going to miss a thing. But Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, this is going to be our format.
Yeah.
Where we're just going to be shooting the breeze and talking to y'all and really engaging with the chat. That's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm pretty excited about it. Tonight might be a short and sweet one because, until we get talked out.
But get that rust worked out.
Well, I just notified people just recently, I should say, just several hours ago.
They're not used to us going live.
But once we get on that schedule and it's the regular, because back in the day, we were regular, I think Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I think so.
Seems like that those were the days that we did.
One period we went live for like 25 days in a row.
Oh yeah, yep.
Not continuously.
Yeah.
Every night for 25 days. That'd be a long live stream.
No, it wasn't 24/7. But yeah, that was back in the day. Back in 2020-ish.
Yeah.
Where going live was a real good thing.
The period we shan't speak of.
So yeah, this is what our plans are. Anyway, go to mediumtheraw.com and join our spiritual community. And sometimes I will go live there just on the community, but our Tuesdays and Thursdays will be here on our YouTube channel. If you can read that, hello. He has to be my eyeballs.
Yeah. Am I able to put comments on the screen, or do you want to do that?
Absolutely. I mean, why not? If you're going
it's been so long. How do I do that?
Okay, well, go to the comment. Sorry, Jennifer. Show.
It's magic. Jennifer says, hi, it's really nice to meet you two guys. First timer, although I have been watching your reads for a while. Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Jennifer. Welcome.
Welcome to the fold.
Welcome to the most awesomest spiritual community on the planet.
Thanks for finding us.
Yeah.
Yes, she is a treat. She's a real spiritual, real. I like the bivalve, please.
There's a squeakiness.
She's a real spiritual medium. And what that means is She sees and hears people on the other side,
I
dead
talk,
folks.
I talk to them.
They talk to her. She tells you what they're saying.
Yeah.
In fact,
It's very interesting.
that's your slang. I'm just telling you what they're saying.
Yeah, my greatest gift as a medium is I'm an idiot. I'm just telling you what they're saying. Although everybody has that communication and connection with the spirit world, it's just coming into that awareness, y'all. It's the soul that powers the body, and that's my mission and purpose. What now?
That still cracks me up. My greatest gift is I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
the idiot is strong with you.
Yeah, but it is so true. It really is, y'all. It's so important not to have control. And really, we all come in with, as it is the soul that powers the body, we're in the physical body, and the egoic mind, the logical mind, the Sherlock Holmes mind will get in the way. And the way the spirit world works is definitely, I mean, it's going to be a little bit different because, after all, we're asking for their help, right? Mm-hmm. But you never know what they're going to kick in with validations and evidence. Hey, Ruthie, how's it going? So good to see you. Put Sheila up on too as well. We got to highlight our people. Sheila.
Oh, look at Sheila looking all sexy.
Oh,
Lord. Ooh, I got the vapors.
I know. So fortunate to have been able to connect with so many of y'all.
And Jennifer says your reads are simply mind-blowing. I appreciate that. I'm sure she appreciates it too.
But, working with the medium, she just says, hi.
How you do?
And the way I work is to really help you come to that awareness that you have that connection and communication. And so much of the information that when you have a read with me, there's a lot of validation to the point of what you've been hearing from your loved ones who you want to hear from. And after all, you want to continue that connection. And so that's how I work. And it's so cool. I call it the spiritual breadcrumb trail, or the spirit world, who I call the heavenly travelers. They call it the spiritual breadcrumb trail. So
they're standing right over there.
Yeah. I always have them to my right. So when you see me do that, that's where the spirit world is. And to my left is the physical.
I'm the physical world.
He's a physical world. That's just how I keep it organized, y'all. But it's really, really kind of cool because they deliberately deliver information that you can work with after the read with that spiritual breadcrumb trail. And it's so cool that validate a later date. Though many great validations come through during the session, it's very important to have that evidence too as well.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. But we know that it's the power of suggestion. But if they didn't suggest it, you wouldn't know what to look out for. But it's really, really interesting because even when people aren't looking out for it, boom, it's right there. It's very interesting. And it's never what you think it's going to be. It's really cool. And the way I also work with the spirit world is to help, life is hard, and to give practical solutions for regular daily life problems. Also to working on the energies, working on understanding the gift of the empath, deeper life questions, universal awareness. What does this all mean? Why are we here? Why did I come here? All of that jazz. But really working with and experiencing the spirit world, that's almost like the first step out the gate for that spiritual awakening. If you don't have that connection and communication with the spirit world, or at least if you're not linked into that, it's really hard to study spiritual teachings because it's more like studying, shall I say, like a religion or a book. You have to have that personal, tangible experience, tangible, spiritually tangible, right? But it really does feel real. What were you going to say?
I was going to have, you mentioned empath earlier, in case people are kind of new to what you do. And
it's like identical twins, and everybody has the gift of the empath, so you can feel what other people are feeling, whether it be emotions or physical pain or experiences. And oftentimes it will create a physical manifestation. I know I can only speak for myself, to where it's really feeling like it's happening. And that's why I give the example of like that identical twin and how they feel one another. So it's very interesting where you just, and know thyself and all will be revealed. That's really important. Know who you are, and that great study of self. And that's one thing that the spirit world is always going to be guiding you to do is find the answers within too as well. What's Jennifer say? Go ahead, pop that up.
She says, funny story. I pulled over to a parking lot off Atlantic Beach because I drive for my job, and I look up and there see your building, and I had to have Google Medium in a row. Been watching ever since.
Oh my gosh, that is so wonderful.
So she found us because of the building?
Yeah.
Wow, how about
awesome,
that?
Jennifer.
That's
I'd love
so cool.
to hear that.
Yeah, case you're in the Jacksonville area, we have a studio
Yes.
at Neptune Beach, and it's actually inside of another building that's for day or night moves, which is that they sell moving supplies and they have
Yes.
moving trucks, but we rent
One way or
office
another,
space.
you're going to be moved.
One way or another. Yes. So we actually
It's
rent
a
office
moving
space
experience.
from them in that building. So
Yes.
people are, we're expecting people come for a session. Oftentimes they're circling the parking lot looking for, I see that building, but that can't be it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I love the moon and the stars and the blue, and it's just pretty fantastic.
It's a funny story about the spiritual breadcrumb trail. When we were looking for office space, we were looking all over Jacksonville area, and you said it's going to be Neptune Beach, and I'm like, okay. And so we drove by that building like no less than 5 times, looking at other office space.
And I always look at it and said, "Oh, that's so pretty." Yeah,
because there's a pretty mural of a moon and a star on the side of the building, which is very unique. And we saw that every time we drove by. And then lo and behold, one day you saw the ad pop up for office space, and you're like, it's in that building.
We are going, run, don't walk.
We walked in there, we fell in love with the place, and immediately, and the owners they're awesome.
Oh my goodness,
they work well with us, so it's pretty cool. It's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a landmark building in Neptune Beach.
Oh my goodness, used to be Long John Silver's.
It was a Long John Silver's.
I ate there when
So did I. I still got a little heartburn from it.
So. It's good food.
It's good. Yeah. Can't go wrong with fish and chips.
No.
Can't go wrong. But yeah, that's amazing. And here we are in that building now. So that's pretty cool. We've been there over a year now.
Yep.
And we have a little sign out by the street on the day or night move sign. And there is our medium interval sign, which Jennifer saw, and that's how she found us.
And
Sheila was there. She's been there for a private session. And you do private sessions there.
Yes.
By the way, if you like to have a private session with Pamela,
like to have and good
if you like to do that,
words.
Her day job is reading, doing reads with people. Yes. And in the description of this video, you'll see the link to her to schedule for her.
Pamela@Theresa.com, my website.
Yes. And you don't have to be in Jacksonville. She also does
video sessions.
She does video sessions, and you could be on Mars and she could do a reading for you.
Oh, yeah,
it doesn't
or the
matter.
moon or Jupiter.
Well, people don't understand that. They think you have to be holding something or
no.
be in their presence. No, not at all. You could be on the moon and she could do a reading for you.
Yeah, because you're loved ones.
She did a reading for somebody on the moon the other day. Just kidding.
No.
On the dark side of the moon.
On the dark side of the moon.
Yes.
Interesting. I've been studying light and dark lately. So that's fascinating. Fascinating.
Now, when you say light and dark, you mean light energies, dark energies?
Well, aren't they one and the same in a way?
Well, yes.
Okay, so we can have a good
light
conversation.
And shadow? Yeah.
Okay, so it's we are the spark of the divine. Spark of all that is that light. What creates that dark?
Light, shadow.
It's our shadow. It's us. We're creating that darkness. Because without light, you're not going to have the shadow. You're not going to have the dark.
Well, without light, you'll have dark, but not shadows. Right?
Without light, you're not going to have dark. Without dark, you're not going to have light. You're not going to have either. So if you're in nothing but light, you're not going to see anything.
True.
You have to have that shadow.
Right.
And that contrast.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine, no shadowing anywhere. That creates beauty. Another thing I was studying today, a lot of beautiful things grow in the dark. The baby in the womb, the seed of a tree in the darkness of the earth grows out of the dark.
It does. That's right.
Yeah. So the dark may not be such a boogeyman.
Right.
You see? And then there's the dark energies of the universe actually are powerful. There's too much energy surrounding the word dark that's negative, of the physical realm, where if we actually started stepping back and looking at it more in a spiritual way, everything is created of all that is of divine power.
Right.
Right. Everything. Right. And so there's goodness and there's purpose in all there is. So if we did not have grief, we would not know joy.
This is true. I've often said you can't know what a good day is unless you've had bad days.
And also how would we actually value our life if we didn't experience death?
Right.
Right. So that's the difference of what I've been studying here, light and dark. And when I say studying, working with the spirit world and as they're guiding me, following the spiritual breadcrumb trail, just really as normal, taking deep dives, and also too working with the energies. That's been something I've been there and back again, because everything is energy. We're all energy. But to understand how to transmute the energies. And so let's just say you hit rock bottom, and when you're in it, that heavy feeling, it's hard to breathe. You seriously have to gradually work your way back to a lightness. It's not like flipping a switch. You see, when you hit darkness, and if you've ever hit that dark night of the soul, that you have to have a lot of patience to gradually bring your vibrational frequency back up again to that space where you feel comfortable, where you feel lighter. And it's just the way it is. But every step along the way and that journey back into that lighter, easier, peaceful feeling, you're learning. And it's through that actual coming to understand what that lesson was about, where you start to raise your frequency, your vibrational frequency, as those lessons are understood and the value of what had happened. Then the darkness kind of fades a little bit more, because then you value it. Your attitude shifts. It's all about an attitude shift. Just think about it. Just really truly go back to the old lesson where I put 2 bottles of water in front of you and I said, hey, what did I tell you to do and what had happened? Y'all can try it too.
Had 2 sealed bottles of Zephyr Hills water, which is a local brand here in Florida of drinking water. And they were both unopened. And she grabbed one of them and she thought angry thoughts and held on to it. And
I had you do it.
I did. That's right.
Yeah, I don't give other people my angry thoughts. I might just flatten them out. I say, but I also caution, be really careful when you're saying you're talking to that bottle of water and giving it nasty thoughts, because you can be drinking it. So be aware.
Right. So I held the bottle of water and I thought, angry thoughts. And then you told me to grab the other bottle and think.
And they're identical.
Yeah. Unopened virgin bottles. And I grabbed the other bottle and I thought pleasant, loving thoughts.
Yes.
And then I opened.
Well, then I knew which ones were which. And then so it was like that actual scientific
taste test. And one of them tasted bitter and one tasted sweet.
Yes.
And sure enough. And actually I've noticed that I saw that somewhere a Japanese scientist proved that is correct.
Yes. Because water actually, this is all based
memory.
See, the way I work with the spirit world is a thinking thing. It's an intelligent thing, like Sherlock Holmes, like really cracking the codes. But water has a memory.
Yep.
And so I say all the time, prayer is the most powerful tool we have. Prayer is energy. Every thought is a prayer. Really, truly, every thought is a creation. Everything you think about, especially when you back it with emotion, that's a powerful energy. And so I always bless my water with the white light of the Holy Spirit and say, thank you for my healing. And I just really put beautiful energy into it, because I know it's going into my body and I want it to be healthy and healing. The food, even when I'm grocery shopping, as I'm touching the food to put it in my cart, I say a little prayer of gratitude. Everything I touch, I put it in the fridge, I grab my milk, I say, thank you. It's just so fast. And because I know energy is everything. And as an empath, it was my job years and years ago to really come to understand the energies, because the energies affect me.
Oh yeah.
And that's what it's all about. And so, but you can actually, when you're in a very dark place, you have to come into that awareness that you're in a dark place. Do you see? So oftentimes it's not as though you don't know you're not depressed. It's not as though you don't know that it's not as though you don't know you're depressed. Can I speak? You're depressed. You're feeling down. Things have happened in your life that have just knocked you on your butt. And so you just kind of accept it, that this is just the way it is, and that you don't have any control because of circumstances that are outside of your control. Things happen. And of course, it's natural. And as part of this experience here in the physical, it's part of the reason why we came here, is to experience that contrast, right? And so coming into that awareness and actually stop, look, and listen, truly just stop everything and say, okay, just have a little chit chat with yourself. Okay, I am really depressed because this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. And I'm scared because of this happening. Maybe that's going to happen, right? So that's the first step in really gaining control over the situation when you really feel like you can't get up and move because life is just literally just coming down on you. So when you acknowledge that, so you might think, hey, that's a no-brainer. I know when I'm depressed. But actually, when you stop and look at it as a thing that is happening, that's when you have that control and you can say, okay, what can I do to feel better? What can I do? Is there something I can do? Is it simple as sitting down and breathing? Is it simple as eating a nice warm meal, taking a warm shower, taking a nap? Simply do something that you know will help you feel a little bit better and where you're consciously aware of the fact that you're trying to do something to make yourself feel better. That's the first step out the gate. And don't worry about anybody else. You say, don't worry about what's happening. Don't worry about what could happen. Don't worry about anybody else. Take care of you first. And also, once you do that, once you regain that and really take back your power, try to have a bit of mental discipline to shut your brain up. Like, even if you have to yell at yourself, like, shut up, just shut up. Because sometimes when you're in that place, it's really the thoughts that are flowing through where you're creating more energy in that way that's really going to compound that depression and that darkness. And so what you need to do is to bring a little bit of balance. And even if it's just one little teeny tiny step of, or I know what, when things are really dark, my grandma from the other side, she'll come in and lean in and say, hey, everything's going to be okay. And I find that to be quite helpful because even though I might talk back a little bit, I'm like, hey, you're heavenly now. And I know that you were in it here before, but this is pretty bad. But she does really bring me back to center point of like, everything is going to be okay no matter what. And so you live enough life, you go through enough darkness, you come to learn that eventually everything is going to be okay. No matter what is happening, it comes in ebbs and flows, ups and downs and ups. And it's when you hit those low points and you hit enough low points in your life, you start to understand that I don't want to let myself get that dark because it really is, like I said earlier, little step at a time, getting back to a more normalized energy state of peace, normalized space for yourself. Once you go so dark, it's kind of hard to like, one little step at a time. I know y'all know this. You've been there before. And you might say, well, what about grief? What about loss? The people that I love left. I've lost a child. I've lost a mother. I've lost a son, whatever it is. Understanding that darkness is there and facing it, and understanding that loss is there and facing it, and understanding that and honoring yourself in the fact that, yes, I'm in this darkness, but I do have the power to try to help myself. Well, the best way to help yourself when you're in that kind of grief is to actually connect with the spirit world, connect with your divine self, know thyself and all will be revealed. And though it will not take that grief away, because you're always going to grieve, because now you're in different realms and they're not here in the physical. We all grieve. I grieve. He grieves. We all grieve. It's part of the process, but to bring a little bit more light to the darkness, right? And that light in that situation would be your loved one, the one that you're missing, and the one that you want to connect with. And most certainly what they do is they help you. Your loved ones who are on the other side, the heavenly travelers, what they do is they help you with your life. That's their first concern. Your concern is them. Their concern is you. And they're heavenly and they know more. And so they get your butt moving. They get your butt rolling. It's really focused more on you, your life, and what your mission and purpose is. And they're now going to be helping you fulfill your mission and purpose. And what is the mission and purpose? Well, simply breathing and being here. Well, that actually is enough, really, truly, because being here in this very low frequency, low vibrational environment here on Earth, boy, with all the lessons that come with it, that in and of itself, the soul growth that you obtained from that is just off the charts, pretty awesome. But there are certain things that we made the decision to come here to do and to achieve and to learn and beforehand. And our loved ones here on the other side, our heavenly travelers, they know that. And so they've got that little book that you took notes on before you came into this physical life, and things that little list of things you wanted to get done, they've got it now. And they're like, okay, so mom, this is what you want to do. Come on, get up. Let's get you going. Let's get you rolling. And so they really try to point you in that direction. And you have to have a reason why. And that's another thing when you're in that darkness, start remembering who you are, what makes you tick, what makes you happy. Sometimes you might want to just change your whole life up and go into a whole new different direction. Sometimes people do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes people sell their house, they move, they cut their hair, they color their hair, they put on nails or they take off nails, they redo their wardrobe, they learn a new skill, a new hobby, new career, and that's the silver lining.
Yeah.
And they find a new, they see how multidimensional they are.
Right.
And it's pretty powerful. And truly, after dark events in your life, and once you have graduated out of it, there's a whole new you that has blossomed out of it. And really, when you're honest with yourself and you're looking back on your journey, and when you're really honest, and everything that you've learned, and the wisdom that you've gained, and the knowledge that you've gained, and the strength that you've gained, and for the fact that you got through it, you really are grateful. Mm-hmm. And gratitude is key in trying to lift yourself up and out of that darkness. Gratitude, which is complicated because when you go through a lot of darkness, it's easier to remember those emotional moments in that darkness. And it's also hard to trust those few and far between loving and light and good experiences, because they're overshadowed by a lot of the dark experiences. And so get ahead of the game and really try to recall some precious moments in your life that gave you joy, bliss, relaxation. And that way, when you hit that dark night of the soul, you can actually go back to them and at least think about them and really take moments to just reflect on those experiences, and that will lighten the load a bit. It will lighten the energy. That'll bring the light in the dark, really, to bring more balance. So,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
And that's our little group session today.
Well, because when you think about the deeper aspect of it, why we even come here, we come here to experience hardship, life, death, sickness.
But we've also come here to experience learning how to transmute the energies and to actually master the energies.
Right.
And it's through that contrast and darkness that we know how to transmute the energies into light or a level space, and to rise above that, to where from one swing to the pendulum to the other, we just rise above it and we watch the pendulum swing dark, super happy, super dark. We can just stand above it all. And that's more in that witnessing and watching. And that's the key here.
Yeah.
Is to learn how, and that's the master soul actually comes to. It's not that they don't experience darkness and grief and heavy too, but they also know that it's with great purpose, like you were talking about. But they also know that one of the keys to the experience of this life is to come in and take that darkness and transmute that into the wisdom, the lesson, the growth, and to live in that space of understanding and knowledge as to what is going on. And it takes many lifetimes to actually accomplish that. And it's definitely quite the challenge.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting. It is the game of life. And oftentimes when my life's gone to hell in a handbasket, there's a little voice back here that says, isn't this a fun little interesting game? It's one of my people on the other side. Look at how good you're going to feel when you overcome this. You love challenges, remember? Yeah. And seriously, when it's happening, we still have that grip of fear in life. Like, well, what if I don't win this? What if I do lose? what if I can't overcome this? There's that little devil on the shoulder, the angel and the devil, right? The little devil on the shoulder saying that.
Right.
And but I know it to be true when I hear it. Like, yeah, this is a great challenge. Like, I'm not a martyr. I don't like shit going down in my life. I don't really. I love the peaceful, quiet, calm trees, squirrels, birds. But even then, enjoying nature outside. Oh, there's catastrophe sometimes. How when little things happen, and it's just life. It's just life. So,
yeah.
But yeah, look at this 30 minutes straight. I'm babbling, y'all. Yeah. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat.
Yeah. Let us know your thoughts on what we just talked about. Or if you have
don't forget to hit the like, y'all.
Yeah, by all means.
If you're watching it on the replay, leave your comments below, and we will definitely read and respond. Y'all going to have to get used to us. We're going to be here on Tuesdays and Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, unless something bumps into our schedule.
Right.
Otherwise, this is going to be kind of cool.
And if you haven't already, be sure you subscribe to the channel.
Absolutely.
Because that tells us that you like what we're doing. And it don't cost nothing.
Yeah.
It's absolutely free.
So what are some of your experiences in overcoming darkness? And
well, this whole 2024 was a very dark year for me. I mean, you may not know, but you obviously know.
Yeah. Almost coming up on the year anniversary.
I know. February 15th of last year, we were actually heading out to the office to go do a session, and I slipped on the front stairs of the house and it broke my ankle in 3 places.
Skip-diddy-doo-dah.
And yeah, I mean, that happened. I mean, you're in the truck, you're in the truck waiting for me. I'm locking the door, and I wasn't getting up. So that was horrible. And that sidelined most of my year. It's a big recovery. And what sucked even more was my right ankle. So I couldn't even drive. I couldn't even drive because you can't drive with a broken ankle, with a right foot broken ankle. So yeah, that really sucked. It was a hard year, but
what'd you learn?
To be very careful on those freaking stairs. And to slow down and smell the roses a little bit. Don't be in a rush. But the stairs were wet.
What's the number one lesson you learned from that? I would say, okay, I'm going to just say it for you. Are you amazed at the ability of your body to heal?
Yeah. Actually, I healed ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
I did have to have surgery. They had to do reconstructive surgery because it was basically hanging. So they had to reconstruct everything. I got screws and plates and stuff. But I think I healed very quickly.
Right.
I was back there in bed, just, working on healing.
So it's a good example of it's broken. It was broken. It is broken, but yet it's healed, and you live with it.
Yeah.
And you're stronger for it.
Right.
Yeah. Why is that? Because, every time you walk on it, you're thankful.
I am.
That's another thing.
I'm very grateful that I can walk. I don't have a limp. Unless it's really cold or rainy, then I'll get a little bit of a limp. But
so you appreciated being up and at 'em?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's twice in my life I've had that experience. I was in a really bad motorcycle accident.
Have you actually accomplished that and come to that total awareness so you don't have to do that shit again? That's what I've been saying a lot lately, because it seems to me like I'm stuck in a time loop. And like what you're talking about, we repeat a lot of these dark lessons, right? And at some point, and this is where I'm really breaking it down with the spirit world. I'm working heavy duty with them. Like, what do I have to do? And what have I missed? What did I miss for the fact that I'm having to go through this again?
Right.
Because I don't want this shit. I'm not bringing it on. It's coming back again. And obviously I did not grow and learn what my soul wanted me to grow and learn. Seriously. And so that's a key, y'all. Once you come to that lesson and that awareness, and it can't be forced, and it really truly parts, how shall I put this? You come into this physical life with a plan of action as to what it is that you want to grow and how you want to expand, and the experiences you want to have, and areas of your soul that you really want to bump up the power. And if you have lessons that are repeating, you're onto something. Just like that repeated there. And so take a look at, okay, what are the lessons gained from this? and really search, and it's going to be different for everybody. So this is going to be something you're going to have to search within. That way you make sure it's not going to happen again. You don't want to be laid up in a bed again. So ask yourself, this has happened more than once.
Yeah.
Okay. What did I miss? And so this is just what I do. What did I miss? So, that one recipe you're trying to get from your grandma, but she didn't leave it. And so you're having to go through your pantry and go by memory, but yet you make it and you think you have it close, and there's just something that you're missing, some secret spice, some little dash of vinegar, some little dash of ginger, whatever the hell it is. And it's not until you get that you have the actual recipe, and you're like, boom, now we've got it. So yeah. Have you figured out for yourself?
Yeah, gravity works. I guess just to be more present in mind and understand what's going on around me, and
maybe here I have a guess. Maybe you wanted to have a great appreciation for your physical body.
Yeah.
That might be it. I mean, I'm just trying to give examples as to, it might be just something as simple as that.
Nothing lets you know you're alive like pain. Like, I'm alive. I feel this. Yeah. But,
no appreciation for the healing powers.
Correct.
And everything that it can do, and the beauty of the physical body. It is the soul that powers the body, but
the body can heal from amazing things.
Right. But it is the soul that powers the body. And that's how, and everything is created of all that is anyway. The God, whoever you want to call God, the Godhead, whatever it is, that power that be, ultimate source, whatever. But it's just so brilliant to eat the physical body too as well.
Yeah.
But it's just freaking amazing, and how everything connects too as well. Yeah. So what are you thinking?
Well, I had more to overcome the first time. I had a mishap in my motorcycle accident.
Well, also too, in words are power, right?
Yeah.
And you, yeah, it had been said, we had been saying for a while, we need a break. We need a break. We need a break.
Not that kind of break.
And no, but seriously, words are power. And you had been saying for a while, I need a break.
Yeah.
And that went through my mind after that happened. I'm like, yo, the mind is powerful.
Right.
And that was kind of a self-fulfilling I mean, you did get a break.
I did.
You got a break and a break.
It's funny. We have.
So watch your words, y'all. Pay attention. This is true. I'm not being light on this. It's self-talk and how we talk, right, and that energy of what we put out there on a deep spiritual level. Go ahead.
Along the thoughts what you're saying there, we have a couple of dogs. We have a Doberman and a German Shepherd, and they have this. It's called a Kong ball. It's a big red rubber ball. Or actually, there's a black rubber ball and a red one. But we had a black carpet in there for the longest time, and this black ball, you couldn't see it on the black carpet.
Right.
And I would call it the ankle breaker because I knew I was going to step on that damn thing and roll my foot and break my ankle. Well, I didn't do it on the ball. I did it on the stairs. So eventually I fulfilled my own prophecy of breaking my ankle.
Maybe it's not so much fulfilling prophecy, but it's the spirit world giving you guidance, but you're speaking it and you're not listening. See how we can do.
Yeah.
So maybe you're Nostradamus.
I am Nostradamus.
Yeah. That's very possible.
Yeah. Interesting.
This is how I take a deep dive and work with the spirit world. I want to uncover and unfold everything. I want to know who, what, when, where, why on every single level. And this is just so beautiful. I tell you, I always have, but I love working with the spirit world. It's just, there's never a boring day. Even when you're in the depths of hell and in the darkness and mad at the whole world, they're still there.
And no matter what kind of day I may personally be having, just going to the office and watch you perform a reading for somebody just brings it on home. Like, my God, it's the most important thing in the world is bringing enlightenment and healing to somebody who's in the deepest despair of grief, which every time you do a session, it's like that. I mean, people just, their whole attitude changes and they become happy, and obviously they're still in grief. But
grief, yeah. I mean, grief is grief.
You feel as good as you possibly can.
Yeah. Grief is like taking the chocolate out of chocolate cake. You're not going to take the chocolate out of chocolate cake.
No. Then you just got cake.
Yeah. You're just not going to take the chocolate out of chocolate cake.
No.
If it's chocolate cake, it's chocolate cake. That's the grief. The grief once it's in you, it's in you.
Yeah, there's people out there watching. I know
Yeah.
that have had a session with Pamela. You can validate up and say what it did for you, or if it helped you. And because I know some people out there watching had recently lost people, and they came to you for a session or had a session with
Yep.
you. And I think I
be
witnessed.
be well aware though, when you come to this medium in the raw, the spirit world's going to put you to work, and they're going to tell you shit that you're like, what? And then it's like, oh, cool. It's all about you.
Because, as I've said before, the spirit world doesn't give you what you want.
Yeah.
They give you what you need.
Yeah. And see,
think about that.
I know this well, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I know this well. That's why I was talking to y'all earlier about, that darkness.
Yeah.
And the spirit world's like, everything's going to be okay. And then I sass back. I'm like hell it is. But I know deep down in my heart, the center heart right there, that's the soul center, y'all. The seat of the soul right there, that heart area. In fact, it's the heart that communicates with the brain, not the other way around. Neuroscientists are actually coming to that awareness and truth now.
They'll catch up eventually.
Yes, they do, says Sheila. Absolutely. But yeah, let's have some closing thoughts with our people. Mm-hmm. And I'm a little bit ready to check on our dog.
What is he doing? We have
they've been really good.
A 1-year-old Doberman puppy.
Yep.
When I say puppy, he's 100 pounds and waist high. So he's
got the puppy mind.
But he's definitely
a little bit nervous. He's
when he's quiet, it usually means he's
now.
up to something. What is he doing in there?
I'm like, I'll go in there, and he loves to, because it's been really cold here in Jacksonville, Florida, y'all. Last week, today has been awesome. Yesterday was awesome.
Back in the 70s again. Yay.
Woo! But let me tell you, last week, parts of Florida had snow. We didn't have snow.
Not in Jacksonville.
But
not in our area of Jacksonville.
Well, we had kind of like frost.
Flurries,
I was up and I saw that. But it was in the it was like 30, 31, felt like 20 something. And, we live in Florida for not cold. Yeah, we know it gets cold, but not this kind of cold. This was record breaking. Anyway, so I walk around with blankets wrapped around me, and I'll leave them on the chair in there. And then Toby, our Dobie, he freaking drags them around, and I'm like,
them.
What's he? Yeah. Then he tries to eat them.
He's like a moth. He puts holes in
them.
Toby the Dobie.
That's why I brought my blanket in here with me tonight.
Out of harm's way.
But I have another one too. Anyway, so it's going to be nice weather this week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh my goodness!
If you stay like this year round, I'll be quite happy.
Yeah, the cold hurts, but the cold is good actually. Warmth is healing. Warmth gives you comfort. Cold is a way to shock you and kind of wake your system back up again. So see, today's a little bit of a chit chat on contrast and on how both sides are really good. So everything is balanced in that way. When just look at it like this: when you're going through a dark night of the soul, when you come up and out of it, and it takes a little bit of time, y'all, you really do appreciate the beauty of life all the more.
It's true.
When you do find that peace, and when you do find that harmony and that joy within, it's almost like a sacred experience. It's very reverent because you have been through it. And then when you come to that place of, and you understand what real joy is, it's more of that quiet wonder of peace. It's not what it used to be. So that's that growth and that wisdom that you've taken with you. So everything you've gone through, it's going to be worth it. We're not saying we want to go through it, y'all. I'm just saying that if you're going through a tough period and a very dark period, understand that out of it does come that beauty and wisdom and knowledge, and that you get to take with you for all time and all eternity, where though we don't like it, but it's only through going through it that you do know how to master it and transmute the energies in a way and take the lessons. And then also too, you have that experience and wisdom to help somebody else. And because it's really hard, especially if you are on a journey and you feel so alone, like there's nobody around to help you. And it might be part of your mission and purpose to find your way through it, or you might just be so stubborn to where you have to do it yourself. But the point is you understand how that feels. And then when you see other people are going through that, you have more of a desire to help them because you understand what that loneliness is. And so you want to be there for them. But you also understand because you've gone through it that you can't do it for them. And so in that way where you'll teach them how to fish, but you're not going to fish for them, you'll understand that this is something that cannot be bought, borrowed, stolen. It is something that we have to go through, and that's how we earn it, really, truly. But you can be that guiding post. You can be that one to give a little bit of hope in that way of like, this too shall pass, or it's not always going to be this way, or I understand how you feel. Maybe not all the way, but I get it. I've been there, and just hang in there. It gets better. And so that also too would be the silver lining when you're going through hell and back, because the spirit world, your loved ones on the other side, they're really good about once you've kind of graduated to that space of being a little bit better. Okay. They will guide people to you where you may not even realize it, but you're serving and you're helping, and you're changing lives in that way where they can get through, right? You're that living example of there could be many people that have been watching you go through hell, and they know, and they're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. But that when you get up and you have that courage and you work your way through, you become that hero and that one that they think about when they too are in a darkness where they see your life and what you went through, and it flows through them. Well, she got through that, or he got through that, and look what they're doing with their lives. So you become that hope for them too as well when it's in the darkest place. And let me tell you, darkness is darkness, and it's like, whoo, it's not a fun place to be. And so it's really nice to have at least that light, so that you then become that light, that spark of the divine for them. And so it goes. Anyway, I feel like that's a good place to leave it.
It's a very good place to leave it.
Brilliant. Yes.
You got to leave it somewhere. That's a place to leave it.
Yeah, that's a good place to leave it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday night, 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that you bring your questions, and you can chit chat with us. And you never know what we're going to be talking about. And you never know if you pop a question in the chat, I might just kick it out. Remember, I'm always the medium. And so everything out of my mouth, the spirit world is still guiding me to say. So if you're sitting there going, oh my God, she's not doing reads, but yet this is what I was thinking about, and for some reason, I thought that somebody I knew on the other side would give me direction. Well, then indeed they did, because I'm the idiot kicking out the messages always, always, always. And so you can consider these live shows, even though I'm not pulling you up on screen and kicking out the reads, you're still getting the reads.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Hey, Andy.
Thank you. Enjoy the live chat. Have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for being here. And be sure to tell your friends about us. And like I said, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, YouTube stuff. Help us build the channel, make it huge.
Oh, wait, we got one more.
Oh,
Christopher, how are you doing?
Thank you, Pamela. Great show. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again. Awesome.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Love you all so very much.
Yes.
We are done.
We're done. Mwah. That's a wrap.
Carry on now. Carry on.
Good night, guys.